Hello, I'm Bunnery.
I'm Bread Mower,
and this is IFXtra. So we hope you've had a good week and it hasn't been too cold where you are. It seems to have gone very cold here, doesn't it now? Because it's now the autumn equinox, so we're into autumn officially, and the leaves are coming off the trees and we can like tramp through them on the floor. Quite cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, what have you been up to this week? Have you managed to get any development in between all your jobs?
Kind of tiny odds and ends of things. Not so much on interference. Most of the time this week has gone to, the stuff that pays for doing interference, unfortunately. So yeah, a few minor interference bits. Also made a little UI update for the quiz, just because I haven't done any interface stuff for a while. Small thing. Used to be that, those of you who haven't seen this, every week we run a live interactive quiz stream over on twitch.tv/interference, 7 p.m. UK time every Sunday and Thursday.
And Thursday.
Very good.
Don't forget that.
So it's basically like multiple choice questions. We show 4 answers. Everybody votes on what they think the correct one is, and then we have a little animation where we show the correct one sort of moves forward towards the camera and the incorrect ones move backwards. And that used to happen all at the same time, but now we've added in a little bit of tension. So the incorrect ones disappear sort of one at a time before the correct one moves forward.
I know. I can think, it's the wrong one, and then I realise, oh no, that is the wrong one.
Exactly.
It's still confusing me, but it's good.
So yeah,
I just need to add some sound effects.
Yeah, we need some sound effects. Yeah. The thing is that I'm not really a graphical person, which is ironic considering we've been doing interference for 10 years. I need to practice more on doing UI stuff. I think it's kind of valuable practice for me. Anyway, so I've done that. Yeah. But yeah, aside from that, it's just been trying to get some cash in to pay for more development as ever.
Of course.
That's kind of it.
Okay, let's go and see who won this week's awards. Picture of the week this week goes to MCSC for Industrial Laboratories Creating Viruses. I just love the concept of Victor Frankenstein making the coronavirus. It's alive. And it's a good reminder to all of us that that thing is still out there. You be careful.
My favourite description this week was Witch-owned cleaning service attempts to go back in time by Secret Snipper. I like the ones where someone picks up on a small detail in the drawing and then runs with it. And here they've spotted that van's going at 88 miles an hour. We all know that's the speed you need to be going for your flux capacitor to kick in. Nice work, Secret Snipper.
Community pick of the week this week goes to 9% again for this amazing gumball machine. I just love the way you can do perspective and glass. That's amazing. I could never do that. Well done, 9%. They were amazing.
Awesome stuff there, as always.
Now we're going to see what we talked about last week in the forums. So last week I was asking you, who is your favourite artist? Or if you don't have one, what kind of art do you like? What kind of style? I love the huge paintings of Mark Rothko. They're a bit kind of expressionist paintings, I think they are.
Is it a Rothko we have downstairs?
They look a bit like windows, big windows, yeah. After spending time in the Rothko room at the Tate Gallery, where they have the lights very low and the temperature very cool, it gives you a kind of profound and peaceful feeling. It's amazing.
I mean, I'm not really kind of a big art person as such. Again, ironic, considering we run interference. I mean, some of my favourite arts that I've seen, like, in the last decade has come from interference.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like, I remember, like, we went to the Tate Modern in London, and I just wasn't into it.
It was horrible.
Like, modern art, that might be interesting. No.
It was particularly horrible that time, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm remembering what you're talking about now.
Pretty gross.
Let's move on. The only bit I really did like was, who's the guy that did the, it was almost like comic book kind of style.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think what his name was.
He's just somebody. Roy Lichtenstein.
Yes.
Yeah.
They had some of those. That was quite cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, art is weird. Art is subjective, really, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So all these things that I wasn't really into.
Only certain things like really speak to you, other things don't.
Yeah, exactly.
So Error 404 said, And my two Edwards, Edward Hopper and Edward Gorey. Very different mediums and styles, but they both invoke an incredible sense of melancholy, isolation and detachment, which for some reason really affects me. Hopper's cityscapes, I've seen a lot of Hopper's things, have you? They're perfect renderings of how you can still be alone in the midst of a huge metropolis. And Gorey, because he was a writer-illustrator, also managed the difficult feat of combining potentially uncomfortable and disturbing things with a dose of odd humour. So I do know Edward Hopper, but I don't know much about Edward Gorey.
No, I mean I don't know either of them really. I mean, talking about sort of cities and things, who's the one who did the pop banks? Lowry.
Oh, didn't do pop banks. He
No,
did Matchstock Man and
that's the one. The one. No, we did a pop bank one.
Yeah,
in the style of Lowry.
Yeah.
We went to like a, what would you call it, art class?
Yeah, we used to go to
a social art
meal. It would include a meal and
it was really cool actually.
It was
you went to a restaurant. So you did some painting, like on canvas. Took a break for some dinner, and then went back and finished it off. And it was cool. And so we did a Lowry matchstick people kind of thing.
But we did it for our local area, so we included the pop banks.
Okay. But so that was quite cool.
Cool, yeah.
Renee said pencil drawings in black and white by Jonathan Wood, UK portrait artist, works freehand. Fantastic.
I had a look at some of these earlier today, and he's just like Elvis in black and white, but very kind of realistic. Yeah, very detailed, very good. Yeah.
Okay.
And 9% said, I love little watercolours, but of a man named James Gurney. I'm fascinated when I watch him paint on YouTube. I watched one of these as well earlier. He was painting the American flag. He said, if you look at one called I Paint an American Flag with Glowing Effect, it's simply stunning. It is.
Yeah. So we just had a look at it before recording this.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I'm rubbish at art, but we were looking out of the window earlier, and there were these clouds.
Oh, yeah.
And so they were like really dark on one side and really bright on the other side.
On the top,
and it was making me think like, oh wow, I'd love to paint that, except I don't have that kind of skill level.
Yeah. Well, it looked like the Sphinx, didn't it, in the sky?
It did a bit.
It was amazing.
Yes,
yeah. Okay, now we're going to have a look at what we're talking about next week in the forums.
With us all going out much less these days, I want to know, do you have a favourite card game? If not, how about board game? Our family have a favourite card game which we play for money, or sometimes chocolates. It's called Poppy Wally, and we have never met anyone else who knows how to play it. We're always happy to explain the rules though. Let me know if you'd like to play.
If you'd like to chime in with that, just head over to the general discussion forum. It's the pinned thread for the week, so you'll find it at the top of the thread list.
Cool. And don't forget, tomorrow night is quiz night. We're into season 6, so it'll be week 2. And we're going to have 5 rounds of 5 different topics.
Yep, if you've not seen this before, every Sunday and Thursday night over on twitch.tv/interference, we run Zeitgeist, the interference quiz of the week. Well, that's the Sunday one. The Thursday one is Zeitgeist 20, which is one topic with 20 questions.
Absolutely. So last week, first of all, shall I tell you who I've chosen for the artist for this week?
Yeah, so each round in the Sunday night quiz is based on one of the week's drawings from interference. And no one knows what comes up. It's just Bunnery picks them and then chooses the topics, which are still going to be a surprise, but you can tell us the featured artist.
Yeah, so we're going to have pictures by Meowch, 9%, MCSC, Heraclium, and Maxim W.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Got a bit of a variety there. I mean, some of those are quite long time players,
actually.
They
are this time. They are.
Nice. Okay, so we don't know which pictures you've chosen, so we won't know what the topics are. You'll have to join us Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time to see what they are. But
who won last week?
Well, we can tell you about last week, and in fact, then we had Darth finishing in first place on 237 points, followed by Goose in second place on 212, and Canine Bat in third on 210.
Yeah. And on Thursday, we had 20 questions about film quotes, which was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, because you did kind of first lines from books recently, didn't you?
Yeah.
So this is kind of the same thing, but for
well, not necessarily first lines, but famous quotes from films.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. I'm surprised how many of those I knew.
Yeah, but nobody got a perfect round.
No, it was kind of difficult.
Yeah.
On the subject of the scores, Darth finished in first place again on
good.
192. Goose was in second again on 181. And then tied for third, we had a new player, Miss Groucher, on 172, along with 9%. Joint third.
Pretty cool.
Good stuff, yeah.
So tomorrow is a normal Zeitgeist, but on next Thursday, we've got Zeitgeist 20, all about solo singers.
Ooh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if music is my kind of jam, really.
You always seem to know. You knew about Kanye West, which I didn't.
Only because of Saints Row.
Yeah.
So make of that what you will. But as ever, all of my knowledge comes from games. So if they were on the radio in GTA or Saints Row, I might know them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's about it.
Cool.
So if you'd like to join us for either of those, there's regular Zeitgeist, 5 rounds, 5 questions each, every Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time. Or if you fancy Zeitgeist 20 with 20 questions on solo singers this week, that'll be Thursday, also at 7 p.m. UK time. Both of those on twitch.tv/interference.
Cool. Well, that's all the news for now. So it just goes to say,
yeah, if you're not already taking part in the game, then get involved at playinterference.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at PlayIFX or on Facebook at PlayInterference. You can also now support us on Patreon at patreon.com/interference if you want to give us a bit of monthly support for the ongoing maintenance of the game, building in new features, the big Android and eventually iOS update we're doing, building out the quiz, feeding cats, paying server bills, all these kind of things. We do really appreciate your support, and patrons get some extra features. You get supporter status in Interference, so you get things like access to replays, the cool invite system, and a few other bits and pieces. And if you're a quiz player as well, you can get a custom entrance shout out from Ava.
People really like those, don't they?
I know. I mean, shout out to 9% who's just submitted their one recently. Everyone seems to like that.
Yeah.
What is it? Giving 100%, 9% of the time. Yeah, that was very popular.
Cool.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, that's it for this week. So we'll see you again next Saturday.
Yep, have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.